Hello, everybody. Welcome to Khaliis Take. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you can get the newest content first. But let's just go ahead and jump right in. So I was checking out Yahoo Sports, right? And check this out. Stephen A. Smith gives a prediction on the Lakers and the percentage he believes that they have in making the playoffs. Now, of course, the Lakers are playing a little bit better, here as of late, simply because of Anthony Davis playing at a high level when he's not hurt or sick or unhealthy or whatever the case may be. But he's playing at a very high level, and for the last 2 or 3 weeks, ever since he's been playing at a high level, the Lakers have been on a roll for the most part. They've won at least, I know at one point they had won they were like they won 6 out of their last 8. Then I think they won 2 more games after that. So they were like 8 out of their last 10 that they had won. And they had that big monster game against the Milwaukee Bucks, primetime game. And Anthony Davis showed out, you know what I'm saying? He played out of his top, you know what I'm saying? He played out of his mind, that game. And, it really, put the league on notice, I thought. And for some people, it put Anthony Davis into the MVP conversation, even though he's not an MVP player, but it still put him in the MVP conversation simply because of the fact that how well he played in a situation, on a big game, national stage like that against Giannis, the so-called best player in the league, which I find that to be debatable. But still, a lot of people look at him as the best player in the league because he's so dominant, and Anthony Davis actually dominated him on a big stage like that. And it was very, very, good to see because, it's good to see good competition and guys playing at the highest level and everybody out there being healthy. But nevertheless, Stephen A. Smith on Yahoo Sports gives his prediction on the Lakers' possible playoff chances, and the prediction that he gives is 11%. He gives them 11% to make it to the playoffs. And really, I can't blame Stephen A. Smith because when I think about the Lakers, I think about a team, well, let's say this. Even though Anthony Davis is playing good, you have to ask yourself, how long is that going to be? Because usually you expect Anthony Davis to get hurt at some point. I'm not wishing anything bad on him, but it's just the usual for him. And for most Lakers fans, they look at it probably as the norm of him getting hurt or anything like that because they're just used to it at this point. And then on top of that, you got to factor in, is LeBron James going to stay healthy? Is LeBron going to get hurt in between time? Because he's getting older. His age is starting to show more than even what he's willing to say himself, or more than what some of his fanboys are willing to say themselves also, even though he's still playing pretty good. But, chasing that scoring title is definitely a part of his, thought process, I see. And of course, LeBron's always going to say the right thing. Oh, he's still chasing titles. Well, it's no need for him to say he's chasing titles until the team actually gets more consistently better, and on top of that, they're really comfortable with everybody and all the pieces that they have. Because honestly, I don't know if you can win championships with players like Austin Reeves and Lonnie Walker the fourth. I'm just not sure. I mean, of course, it's a possibility, but it is really no guarantee. But my thing is this. When I look at the Lakers, they're still trying to trade Russell Westbrook. I mean, I just saw a report here that the Bulls, they were having talk with the Bulls in regards to a trade, but the Bulls are not even interested in Russell Westbrook. And the trade was going to be for Nikola Vucevic, and maybe possibly a return of Alex Caruso. And that didn't fall through. And also I heard that the Lakers were trying to throw in some picks. Also, that's the 2027 pick that they had along with that. And the Bulls still wasn't interested. So it's almost like, it's hard to really see this team go far when Russell Westbrook is playing a lot better off the bench himself. But at the same time, he's still having games where he's having multiple turnovers in games. And, that's going to come back to haunt them, the better teams that they play. I think they lost their last 1 or 2 games anyway, regardless of. So, and Anthony Davis had the flu one game, so I'm going to give him a little pass for that. But even still, it's just hard to overcome, a lot of negativity. And like I said, they're gonna have moments where they look good and things like that, and all that. But it's still a uphill battle for them to climb because there's still, a few games on the 500. And on top of that, like I said, when you're trying to, fight that uphill battle, trying to get over 500, play over 500 basketball, it's really tough. And like I said, the West is really, really tough. Honestly, it really is. So it's going to be hard for the Lakers to contend with a lot of these teams in the West and some of the teams they're going to be playing against, because I don't think they're better than Phoenix. I know they're not better than the Clippers, because the Clippers always seem to have their number. I don't think they're better than Memphis. I don't think they're better than Warriors if the Warriors are healthy. I mean, it's just if you look at it, I don't even know if they're better than Dallas if they had to play Dallas in a 7-game series. I feel like Luka will find a way to cook them somehow. I don't know. But regardless of the fact that, the Lakers are just fighting an uphill battle, and, injuries, are going to come with an older LeBron James and an ailing Anthony Davis who seems to get injured from week to week. And you don't know how long he can sustain his health to keep the Lakers upright the way they are, playing a lot better the way they are now. Because Anthony Davis is supposed to be the number one guy on the team, and it's hard for him to be the number one guy when he's really not ever really available. And when, a lot of times that he plays, up until these last few weeks, he's played a lot of games and he couldn't even be the number one guy because he just didn't have it in him. Now, these last few weeks, yeah, he's had it in him, but a few weeks is not the whole NBA season. You got to do it for an X amount of time to be the number one guy. And I don't know if Anthony Davis can do that, but if he can, kudos to him. But that's just something we'll have to see, and it's really not, something that a lot of fans believe in him to do, because it's not something they've seen as of yet. So I think Stephen A. Smith is right about giving the Lakers a 7% chance of winning, because as based upon what you've seen from this team so far, the way they've been constructed, unless it's the bubble where they have 4 months off and they have motivation or something like that, the fact that, they came into the bubble motivated, shout out to Kobe Bryant, RIP, but they were motivated by that, and the fact that LeBron had 4 months off, so the AD, unless it's a bubble again, that's the only way I can really see them possibly winning a championship. But that gives them so much of the advantage, I think, and their team was so complete all the way around, with KCP, Alex Caruso, Danny Green, they had Dwight Howard, they had all those good extra role players that really put them over the hump, I thought, that made them a superior team in the bubble. But they don't have none of those players now. So it's like, when you think about that in its entirety, what can you really get out of this team in regards to consistency over a long stretch? It's a question mark. You really don't know. Nobody knows the answer to that. And like I said, the fact that LeBron is aging, you really don't know what you're getting anymore. And the fact that LeBron can't carry a team the way he once could, well, that's a telltale sign right there of, suspectivity and the unknown. So with that being said, as I said, I agree with, Stephen A. Smith. And like I said, the fact they're still undecided what they want to do with Westbrook, well, still trying to, trade Westbrook, even though Westbrook is playing well. As I said in one of my previous videos, I think that can come back to haunt them. The fact that he's playing well, you might as well try to keep him and try to, keep the chemistry going, because it's not like he's playing bad and you're trying to get rid of him. He's playing a lot better. I understand the Lakers are trying to get rid of him while he's playing good, while his stock is up. But at the same time, maybe you should try to keep him, because apparently no other team wants him. You didn't try Indiana, you've tried the New York Knicks, now you're trying the Bulls. You didn't try the Sacramento Kings. I've heard reports about all these teams the Lakers have tried to initiate Russell Westbrook to, and none of those trades have went through. And another one was the Houston Rockets for John Wall. That didn't even go through last year. So it's like, you might as well just stick with him, because apparently nobody wants him, or let him walk after this offseason and, let it go from there. But other than that, I just don't know what to say for the Lakers. They're just in a real, crazy situation in regards to the Russell Westbrook thing. But at the same time, he's playing better, and that's the only thing you can really ask for. And Anthony Davis is playing better and staying healthy. So, if LeBron can hold up, maybe you might have something, but it's going to be a stretch, So even though Stephen A. Smith gave him 11%, I'm going to give them 16%, to make the playoffs. I'm going to give them that. So just because they've been playing good these last couple weeks for the most part, but it's going to be tough, and we're just going to have to see how it pans out, because I'm really not sure about the Lakers, from top to bottom, their roster. But, if they feel like they can make it work, then let's see what happens, because right now it doesn't look too bad, but in the long run, it still doesn't look that promising. So only time will tell, and we'll see what happens. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, till next time.